Test, test. That's the little slimy test. Hopefully it worked. Hello, everyone, family, friends, and fans. We are gathering for the first ever SCRUMtoberFest. Hello and welcome. We're bringing you into the classroom with us right now. I'm about to put a presentation up. We're welcoming folks. They're getting their coffee, their juice, their tea, their water, getting hydrated. I would like you to do the same. Once you get hydrated, we could go and get celebrated. We could start working on what we're doing today. Let me see. I'm your host and facilitator, Dr. Elwanda Bennett, and I'm looking forward to sharing the SCRUMtoberFest with you. And you'll be seeing people come on in a little bit. But we start on time always.
Let me see what we do about this. The table's too low. So we need to move it. Okay.
How do we adjust it?
Would you mind signing in, please? Look at that. I'm fine, excited to be here.
Sit anywhere you like. People are fighting for seats. It's important.
Oh, fine. Okay.
Yeah, sit anywhere you like.
Oh, sit anywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
So these are all taken.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm giving you a hard time.
I know. How you doing?
I'm well. Welcome.
Nice to see you.
Glad to have you here. We're about to go on and get ourselves going. And as you come in, did you grab something to eat?
Not yet.
Next door, there's food. You can get it and come in here. And make sure you have a lid on any liquid.
Right.
Yes. You feel it, actually.
So, good morning and great day. I have a question for all of you. Can a single thing be three things at once?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to come around and ask you for an example. So think about it. I'll give you time to think about it, but think of something that can be three different things at once. I'm letting you think about it. There won't be any Jeopardy music, but I want to give you, you can think about it. Take a minute and think about it. Y'all feel awake or do you need waking up?
I'm wide awake.
You're wide awake?
Wide awake.
Okay. Because if not, I have a wonderful tenor, a severe tenor. I won't sing. She won't like it if I won't sing. I promise I won't sing. She likes my singing.
Never mind, I'm really sleepy. I need it now.
Okay, she wants to hear me sing. She said, I'm authorized. Yes. This is hello there. How are you, family, friends, and fans? We are SCRUMtobering right now, so I'm sharing my screen. I don't know why you don't see my screen, so let me see what I need to do. Oh, I see what I need to do. Echo? Echo. Oh, great, no echo. So that screen should be showing to you out there. We're gonna go over the Scrum and then we have an agenda that we're gonna walk through a little bit. I have a question before the floor. The question was, can a thing be three things at once? And everybody was like, yeah, sure. So now they're thinking about how to figure that out. They're trying to figure out how they're gonna answer that themselves. So that's the fun they're having. But I want you to put that in your mind. Can something be three things at once? And they were like, yeah. So we'll give them time. As they're assembling, the key thing about today is that it's the first SCRUMtoberFest ever in the world. And by this time next year, it'll be worldwide. So this is the very first instantiation of a SCRUMtoberFest. It's our first one ever in the world. Y'all look quiet. Y'all must be thinking. Thinking is allowed. Thinking is not forbidden here. Oh, this is the part I don't know. I thought I knew it. This a checker?
No, this is.
It's not, what about this stuff? This anything? Or don't mess with it? I'm not touching anything. Tell me.
This is only. No. This is something. This is another remote.
It used to be on the podium itself.
There's something here, I just don't know what's what yet. Have
Yeah,
not
this is a
trained
different-
myself.
This is a different one. Which,
You may know from looking at it, Pamela.
Let me, okay, that is more for
For the sound of this, huh? For this business here?
let me see, yeah, this has got something, display on, system on.
Yes. We just had to separate it for when we do bigger.
You have to turn the system on.
Oh, and is it on there?
It should be.
yeah,
Perfect. They have to have a lid on their liquids. A lid on the liquids, that's the only rule. You see anything? Or is it dark or light? You see anything?
I can see, but maybe you can. Is it? It's not displaying, right?
This right here? It's not showing?
No, here.
Let me look. Let's just see. I'll investigate. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Great.
Good. Thank you. How are you?
Outstanding.
Good.
I got some juice for you too.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Check out what I did. I broke it. We'll let it warm up. So back to our question, which is the most fun piece. My question was, can something be three things at once? And the agreement or the answer was yes. And then I was gonna let people go around and explain it to me. Like there are.
Three things?
Can one thing be three things at once?
Oh, at
Wow.
once,
I thought
So a single
two
thing.
things can be true.
yeah.
I like that. But can a
But
single
can a
thing be
single-
three things at once, three different things at once? That's what I'm, yes, we have said yes. Oh, you have an example? All right, Olu. First of all, welcome. Tell them who you are, introduce yourself and then give us your answer.
Alright, so, Old Rodney, recent PMP certification. Glad to be here. The example I keep giving is a person could be a daughter, a mother, and a sister.
Example.
Damn, Olu. All right, you're knocking them out. Now, let me tell you what's great about this, Olu. Because you're first, you get to pick who's next. That's how we do it around here. I don't know what that's doing, but we're not gonna worry.
The lady wearing a red shirt.
Alright, I knew it.
Oh, you felt it? You felt it?
I felt it, yes.
Tell us your name.
Okay, so I thought about our
Oh,
phone.
your name first.
Oh, Andrea Salamanca.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so our phones. It's a music player. You can call people through it. watch movies and TV through it.
It's also a watch, right? Because it keeps the time.
Yes.
Okay. Andrea, nice to meet you. I will never forget your name because that's what I named my own kid.
I love it.
All right,
Thank you.
and you get to pick the next person.
Okay, I pick this guy over here.
Hello, guy over there. Tell us your name.
My name is Naveed. And I think your car can be your vehicle to your home, and you don't.
Yeah. If you
And
really
then
don't
it can be your karaoke place.
And if you watch the movie Christine, it could be your friend that becomes your enemy, right? It was your friend at first, it was so nice, and then it got me. All right, I like that. You're picking the next person.
Good morning, my name is Carolyn Hunter, and I actually just chose something simple, a brick.
A brick. Yeah, it could be.
It can be a doorstop, it can be a garden decoration, it can be a tool of construction or construction.
Ah, I love it. I like that. All right, you pick the next person, Barry.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Shekhar, and I'm working with San Houston State University. So yes, one thing can exist in many forms. We call it being polymorphic. And I can give a technical example. In programming, we have a concept of being polymorphic. That means one thing can exist in many different forms. For example, plus sign. If I use it with integers, it can be used to sum up two integers. For example, 1 plus 2 is 5. Similarly, when I use plus with strings, for example, I use first name plus last name, it will join those two. So here the example is the plus sign is being polymorphic, existing in two different forms.
Wow. Deep, heavy, and I turned my math back on just now. Thank you. Because I turned it off. I'll turn my math off in a minute. Who you picking next, Shaker?
Who's left?
This gentleman over here?
Yeah,
Yes.
My name is John Amobi.
One thing could exist in 3 different forms.
Yes.
If you're looking at from the perspective of the macro and the micro concepts.
Ooh.
You know, the macro is the components of the micro.
Great. All right. That's pretty good. Now, let me tell you who you got left, John. You got Tia, and then you two, and then myself. So you got 4 people you could choose from, and also Dr. Zels. Tia, do you see you got chosen?
I kind of walked in the middle of this, so can you please say the question again?
I'll let them ask the question. What's the question, everyone? What's on the table?
Can one thing be 3 things at once?
Maybe punctuation marks? Because the placement of it will vary the context or the meaning of a sentence.
Ooh, I like that.
That's it.
Okay. Well, now that Takia's here, you can add her, and then the 2 behind you, and then myself or Dr. Z. You got
I picked Dr. Z.
Dr. Z. Okay.
Popsicle stick can be popsicle stick,
Uh-huh.
it can be a tongue depressor, or it can be used as something to stir coffee.
Oh boy, that's smooth.
Very nice.
I like that, Dr. Z. You get to pick somebody.
Okay, this young lady right
Takia,
here.
what
Takia.
was the question? Oh, we're still on the same question that 3 things can be the same?
Yeah,
at once?
cause 3v1.
Missed
And
everyone's
the answer was
answer.
yes.
You don't
Yes.
get to copy.
I know, that's why I said I missed everyone's answer.
So now you get, hey,
Um,
Cooney. Go inside. Too early, right? So start with that in the morning.
Yeah, come back.
Okay, you got, you could tag 2 right here, and then Cooney just walked in, so you have enough
Okay.
time.
Chelsea.
Okay. All because I put my name tag on.
That's how she spotted you.
Okay, so I will hop off of the popsicle stick idea
Okay.
and do a toothpick. You can use it to eat
Ooh,
your
a
food.
toothpick.
You can use it to test baked goods, or you can use it to build a bridge.
Mm. Very good, Chelsea. So you got me, you got Cooney, you also have your neighbor just next to you.
I know him.
You know
I'll
him?
take you.
Oh, boy. All right. for this, you'll need a piece of paper and an ink pen.
Oh, man.
It's inside of your folder. Because of the kind hosting of Sam Houston State University, I want to give them a round of applause for being our host. So let's do that. Sam Houston! Go, Bearcat, go. They have a growl meow, something like that. But at any rate, you ready? I want you to draw a hashtag.
You mean a pound?
Yes. Did you hear her? I like it. Tic-tac-toe pound, hashtag. Real name? It's an octothorpe. Did you know that? Put it down. New word for today. Octothorpe. Octothorpe. Mm-hmm. Thorpe. Octothorpe. Nice, right? So one person said pound, another person said tic-tac-toe. I said octothorpe. We said hashtag because that's what we're calling it right now, aren't we? So how did it go from being an octothorpe, much like an ampersand, and I think a lot of you know what the ampersand is. How did it go from being that to being these other things that it is? How did it somewhat transform?
Modern usage.
Modern usage. What other ways did it transform? Technology impacted it? Huh?
I thought Octo meant 8.
It does. And it's 9 boxes, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Somebody couldn't count.
You know what? I would be interested to know how they come up with it, because it would be a no-no-thorpe, wouldn't it? But I'm not gonna stop the people from being the people. I like that. The 9 box. So it defies our mind, much like Scrum, which is why we're here today for SCRUMtoberFest. The reason I wanted you to have that mental exercise is that Scrum is very much like the octothorpe. Over time, it will transition. Over time, it will take on new meaning. Over time, it will move at a different speed than what it's moving today. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about. We have a time expert that's going to help us know about that. But I want you to use your paper again. And I want you to start on the top left-hand edge and then take it, like draw a flat line and then start coming down and then make a flat line like that. So start up here, take your time coming down and then over. You're gonna draw that. So by the time you're done, I'm gonna draw it on this paper. So the time you're done, you made something and it looks kind of cool. You like it, I'm sure you love it. You don't know what it is yet, but you made it. So you got that line. This line is called technolocity. Technolicity. Technolocity. So it's the speed at which technology is moving. Do you feel that technology is moving quickly or not?
Absolutely.
Who thinks it's fast?
Well, it's both. It depends on what it is.
All right, say more.
Say in chip manufacturing. Chip manufacturing went from a very steady pace where it was very calculable as far as the amount of growth and the amount of expansion until they went through and changed the technology, which broke it into they were able to go through and create many more cores on chip, and it's gone into a very high velocity growth.
So you have technolocity being high on the other side. Now I'm going to have you draw another line. Oh, I want to mention something about that technolocity as well. Went from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands to millions of AI apps in less than a few years. Okay, just to show the speed of change. Then, have you ever opened up a greeting card and it played music? That was the amount of technology in the world in 1955. That was all we had. That was the strength of it. That's how much power was existing back then. So if you can imagine opening a greeting card and that being the pinnacle of technology, that was in 1955, the year my mom was born. So we know it's tripling and doubling. Hello, how are you? Okay. She's doing something. All right. So we have technologicity at the very top, and we know it's moving rapidly. Then I'd like you to take it and start at the top of your right hand side and bring it all the way down to the bottom so that it crosses, and then there's a lower side. On the left still, once you have that, put edulocity, 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 the speed at which we will learn. So we have the speed of technology and innovation at the top, and at the bottom is the thing called edulocity, the speed at which we learn. And each of these two terms, I coined them back in the 90s because I began to see that there was something going to happen, because then I was in the learning and development space. And I was like, man, we dumber than a bag of hammers. What's happening to us? Back then in the 90s, I kept feeling it because you could be a genius in the old times because there wasn't a lot known in the world. The amount of information is what? Quintupled? At least? Exponentially? I feel like it's tetrating. I feel like it's moving up that way. Exponent of an exponent. That's how fast I think that amount to learn is moving. And that's why we're in Scrum today. Someone had an idea. And the idea was that these projects taking too long. Every time we build something, by the time we're done, they don't want it no more. It took all this time. Or either their requirements, it was give a mouse a cookie. We gave them a cookie. Then they needed a glass of milk. And then they wanted to wash their hands and comb their hair. It was always something else additional being added. And so in our predictive world of project management, people were getting really frustrated. And when I say people, it was a developer community, because they were the ones responsible for carrying out the work. And they were saying we could move so much faster if there weren't all these other things in the way. And that's where the Scrum comes from. It comes from them attempting to match the velocity of what could be learned, attempting to match the velocity of what could be created with technology. So they started wanting to speed up or become what we call more agile in the project management space. And Shaker knows this to be true because Dr. Shaker teaches agile project management. This is just one of the models. This is just one of the methodologies that we'll be learning today. Scrum is the one we'll be focusing on. We'll mention the others, not with a spit it out. No, we're just going to mention it, but we'll be definitely focused on Scrum today in a way that's intentional, that will help you. At 10:45, we'll be at the end of sprint 1. Every hour is a sprint. And I'm going to teach you more about that. On my screen, and you can't see it, but you have it in your folder. So let's look in your folder and see what you have. Let's look at that stuff. How y'all doing so far? There's a couple of people that I missed you, but don't forget, I love you dearly, and I'll be coming back to you. I won't forget. Take out the papers on the right. And the reason I'm grateful for these papers is because even if you can't see that on the screen, you'll be able to see what I'm doing with these. It's really faint. It's not, is it showing anything?
Nothing.
Yeah, over here it's showing me something, but that's okay. We'll live. We're fine. Yeah, see if you can do. Here's our technology expert. Winning at life. Is it up?
Are we looking for this one?
Yeah.
It's on.
Yeah, it's showing on my restream, but they can't see it. It's up there?
Yeah.
Oh, all I needed was assistance. I didn't ask.
Would it help if I turn the lights up?
Yes, people are not sleepy yet, so this is okay. Oh, speak louder. You like me singing? You like my severe tenor?
I'll say yes.
You'll say yes and running away. That's funny. Okay. She doesn't like me to sing. Okay. Oh, she's gonna kill me later. All right. So this particular one, and what I'd like to do is to find that paper, the one that matches the screen inside of your stack. Boop, boop. And I want someone to read it loud and proud. Do you want to be voluntold or do you just want to read it? Who wants to read that one?
You can read it on the screen if you like.
Yeah, read it.
Scrum doesn't make problems go away. It makes them visible so you can address them.
Ooh. Anybody ever had a problem before? Oh, I'm not the only one. Good. I had a problem because I couldn't do the thing, and then Madison came and fixed it. Did I even ask her for help? No. She's like, Mom is doing too much. So she came over here and helped me. But that's what Scrum is designed to do. It's designed to raise those problems up so that they can become visible, so we can solve them as a team. That's the intention of it, so that we can be able to solve them as a team. Let's keep going. Let's see what else is in the packet. I want to go. Let's see. I like that. You can put it back in your folder since we're done with that. Thank you for your fine reading, sir. God bless you. This one says Scrum and music. I will not be singing this time. Maybe. You see that Scrum and music? Okay. So in this example, they're giving us like a metaphor for who's who inside of the Scrum team, because that's really important. So I'll just go quickly. We have the composer, which is the product owner. That's that person. They're coming up with the music. What are we actually going to do? What will the song be? Then the Scrum Master is the conductor. They simply guide people and facilitate the music happening. Then there's the developers. They actually have an instrument that they play. It's coding, right? They build things. And that's what they're for. They develop stuff. They're the magicians. Then the sprint review is us going to the customer, showing them what we've built. So the live performance, if you can imagine, the day that the conductor taps the little thing and gets the stick going, that is the actual review, where you're meeting with your customers, showing them what you've developed. Lastly, you have the retrospective. This is the tuning session. This is when we come and we're after the performance, the curtain has gone down, everybody's gone, and it's just you and the band. And you're going back saying to them, hey, buddy, somebody wasn't drumming to the right beat, or hey, somebody didn't hit a note. That is what the retrospective is for. It's for us to figure out, what did we miss in this last sprint? We made something. It was close to what the customer, or it could have even been dead on. That's when we're really doing great, when we actually perform the music so well that the customer is satisfied with the output. Google, 1 week sprints. 1 week. Samsung, 1 week sprints. Apple, 1 week sprints. For different projects, different features. I was like, I don't want to be in that. I prefer 3 week sprints. The reason I prefer a 3 week sprint, first we plan what we're going to do and start doing it. Then the middle week, we get all week to do it. And then the third week, we get to show what we've done. And that's why I prefer 3 week sprints. But you'll go to places, they'll make a month. They'll do a 1 month sprint or something like that. There's nothing wrong with that. I like a bye week, like a week to just, oh, my head is spinning, just to be ready to get ready for the next one. To give you an example, we did sprint planning in real life. We did it in 2023, and it was the most epic year. We hit all of our dates. We made all of our milestones. It was a great year. In 2024, I told the kids we're not sprint planning. We're just going to live life. When they came to the end of 2024, they begged me to go back to sprint planning. They were like, that was terrible. I didn't like the life I was living. I let them live real life so that they could get a feel for the energy, because working in sprints allows us to get the urgency necessary to get stuff completed. It lights the fire under ourselves so that we're motivated towards completion. Because there's one nation you never want to live in, and that's procrastination. Right? When I tell you it took 15 years for me to read the Procrastinator's Handbook, it happened. You put that away. All right. I want someone else to read this. Loud and proud, if you will. That should be this one.
Scrum forces clarity. Decide fast, learn faster.
Ooh, it said decide fast, learn faster. Who has a problem with decision making? Who has to be a little bit methodical in the decision? Who's an overthinker? Anyone? Okay. Have you ever missed an opportunity because you overthought it? I'm just wondering. There's a book called Thinking Fast and Slow. How's it going?
Still working on reading it now.
Oh, boy. Don't be like me. Don't be like me with the Procrastinator's Handbook. It took me 15 years. Oh, okay. Do you think the statement is true? Does anyone disagree with the statement? Scrum forces clarity, decide fast, learn faster. Anyone?
So in that, I decided I'm gonna now take up, the amount of pages it is in the book, and then divide it by the amount of days that I want to take to finish the book. So that's where I'm at right now.
Oh, so you've come up with a strategy.
It works.
So when?
2 weeks.
Good.
It's like 300, 400 pages, I think.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Right?
Audiobook.
It's thick.
Thinking fast and slow, write it down somewhere so you don't forget. Did anyone wish to disagree or add to the statement where a Scrum forces clarity, decide fast, learn faster? Did anyone want to build on that before we move on?
Where does complexity come into use? Because
Oh, yes, I like that. Oh, that is, well, yes. So John,
all things being equal, this is true. The level of complexity throws it apart.
see, and that's where we do what I call backlog pruning. Helps us reduce the complexity. It helps us reduce it. It helps us, it helps us prioritize what's truly important inside the next sprint. So when it comes to complexity, we use sprint backlog grooming in the sprint for sprint planning. We'll groom the backlog. Based on what we extract from the backlog, we'll do the sprint planning. And those will be our goals for the sprint. So divide and conquer is how we do complexity. Divide and conquer is the simple answer. We break it down. In fact, in our predictive life, we will call it WBS, the work breakdown structure. We take tasks and bust them down. We're doing that with the backlog, except the backlog pruning forces us to bubble the ones we care most about to the top. And the product owner helps us drive that. The composer. Oh, that's good. Oh, man, that question, I will pay you $10, but I'm going to just owe you. Is it all right if I owe you $10? Okay. He's like, she's not going to give it. All right.
I'll take cash.
Oh, see, that's how I know it's not going to work out for you. All right. So, since we've gotten to that part, how are we doing so far? We're doing okay with the stuff we're learning? Nothing too big that we've come up with? No? We're good? Fantastic. That's important. 6 on the top, you see that? Everybody got 6? 6 tech concepts every Scrum Master should know. Why 6? There are hundreds of things to know. Why 6? I thought to myself, we need to get down to the nitty-gritty quick. We don't have time to be faking and fooling around. So that's why I said 6 we do to get us started.
You had it.
Huh?
You had it.
I did?
The
I didn't see
third
it.
one over. One more. There you go.
Thank you.
Anytime.
I know y'all can see that out there, huh, live? I know. I left y'all. I'm sorry, but not really. Okay, so we have 6 tech concepts that every Scrum Master should know. And the number, I'm gonna run through them real quick. So you could do that, but it says branching, Git, and CI/CD. That's change. That's just talking about change development. It's talking about a feature branch. And what it's doing is it's breaking down. And it's talking about continual integration, continual delivery. So that means they don't stop. They have something called a release train. And once they get a feature on the release train, they're going to keep giving one car at a time, one concept at a time of that feature. If you can imagine, let's say this side of the group, we all work for Microsoft. This is the Microsoft Excel side. That's the Microsoft Word side. They have a set of features that they're responsible for, and so do we. But after we do our sprint, after we close our sprint out, we have a package that we must integrate with Word. So then we're going to give them that, and that's the continuous integration. I'm giving it over to Word. They're going to load it and use it inside of their, they don't have to redo it. For example, you can put an Excel spreadsheet inside of Word. You've probably done it before. You can embed that. That feature used to not be there. How do I know? Been out from Word from the first version. That's the only reason I know that. That used to not be there. It wasn't possible. It was before Word even went to WYSIWYG. It was before it came to Windows. It was on a DOS.
DOS 6.
I can't, yes, right. Oh, well, we don't want to date ourselves, but you got it.
I remember.
How, you remember?
I still have it on disk.
I love this.
I do.
Floppy disk. Sweet. You know, I want to tell you something about that that's interesting to me. I'm a gamer, so I came up with Mario Brothers and the Nintendo games where you had to blow and then put it back in to make it play.
You can't
Well,
blow on CDs.
you can't blow on the CDs. But what rocked my world was when somebody gave me a CD and told me every game was on that CD. I said, I know you lying. I have so many of those cartridges. And then another person said, I'll do you one better. They gave me a floppy disk and the games were all on there. I was done. I still am. Hot. All right. So it says become a Jira power user. That's the second thing. Why? Because Jira has Trello, Confluence, and another suite of sub things that will allow you to run Agile DevOps, developer operations. So that's why it says learn Jira. I learned Jira because it was cool and I wanted to be a fangirl or whatever, but I really like their tool called Trello. And I fell in love with that because that's Scrumbound, and I really like that thing. So that's the second thing. The third thing that it wants you to do is know what done really means. Definition of done is your number one thing that you want to get from your product owner. Because remember, you have CI, continuous integration, continuous development. Give a mouse a cookie. Scope is expanding. When we're talking to them, we're saying, what's important today? Okay. We're going to use that for our sprint. Do you believe what you're working on now will be worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze in 3 weeks? If we get this for you, what would that mean to your client base? How would that affect?
Depends on the client.
Right.
And what the budget is.
And the market. The market. One guy came to me, he's like, oh, I can make you an AI agent. It'll answer the phone for you. I said, bro, I had that last month. I've been paying for that. I already got that thing. Imagine how he felt when he was like, oh, I thought I was going to sell it to him. Like, nah, kid, I already got that. That's how fast the market is moving. So if you can imagine, he was probably in his basement working on this thing, probably overthought it. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go sell it to the market. And guess what? B. No. You ever ran a race and got close to the finish line and it wasn't you? You wasn't a winner? One of those. So that's what, you have to know what done is to be able to get to that finish line. You have to know what done is. The next thing is environmental flow. Like right here they have dev, QA, and then prod. That has been my entire life. Except at the Fed space, they had 6 environments. They had dev. I'm not telling you top secret stuff. This is real. They had dev. They had a sandbox. They had quality. They had a test box. Then they had a data box that was just for the data. Then they had a box that was a copy of production so that you could see what it was working like in production before you sent it to production. So fake prod and real prod, don't get me started. But this one is very, very, as you can see, elegant. Dev, test, prod. But that ain't real life. Okay? This is our wishful thinking. This is how we wish it was. In the cloud, it's like this. Like with SAP S/4HANA, they go from dev to quas to prod pretty quickly. But I do see them rolling back a lot of stuff, meaning that they have to work again because they didn't do, because in quas, they were only testing, doing what I call a positive test, doesn't work. They didn't do a negative test to find out if it broke anything. We're not gonna mess with that one. So the next one is how not to speak code to human beings. That's what that is. It's simply like, I did all this code and like, nah, buddy, what does it do? What does all this concept mean? And you gotta be able to speak human being, because if you go 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, you talking binary to them, they're gonna look at you like, I don't get it. Especially when you're talking code. They're gonna be like looking at you like, doesn't make sense. Which is why vibe coding is taking off. Because vibe coding allows you to code without knowing the code words. Interesting? Probably not. You fall asleep on that. Then the next thing is to know your different tests. This is not an exhaustive list of tests, but what I will do is ask you to ask me about any of these tests, because I perform them all ad nauseum till I just wanted to puke. That's how many times I perform these tests. Is there one I particularly hadn't heard of, or have you heard of these?
Heard all.
The regression test, which I like to call the aggression test. The regression test is definitely one way to confirm whether or not the old features are still standing. So we already had an example where the Excel team took it to Word. If Word found a bug, it would be due to the fact that what didn't happen? Regression testing did not occur.
Well, there's one more I've heard of, stress test.
Okay.
Beyond the smooth test.
Yes, the stress test. This is what they do, especially in the cloud and even for on-prem. They'll go from a system that maybe had 5 users on it to one that's going to have 50,000 users. So the stress test is to make sure that the transactions and the flow of the work doesn't break due to high use and high demand. You'll see it a lot with websites. That happened to healthcare.gov. Their first week, they had so many people pile on, they didn't do an adequate stress test, and the site fell down. So that's the purpose of the stress test, and that's the consequences of not doing one. Is that at all clear?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. So where are we in time? What time is it, Tia?
10:43.
10:43. You know you're up.
Okay.
All right. Sprint 1 is about to be done. Whenever Tia comes to lead us, she's going to talk to us about time. So get ready, get something to write with, because she's going to explain it to us what we need to know about time so that we can master it and manage it in this Scrum. How we doing so far? We holding on?
Good.
All right. Y'all all can talk to me. It comes free with the class. So will you need anything up?
No,
Okay,
I'm
cool.
good.
I'm over here going to learn something.
Your big brain.
I have a big brain.
You
I need to
do.
feed it. I need to feed it snacks.
Hello, happy to see everybody here this morning, your bright, happy faces. I am gonna just introduce myself real quick, and for those, I know most people in the room, but for those who don't know me, I work closely with Dr. B in professional development in our Houston chapter. And what we do together is create immersive, interactive, learning experiences very similar to this. We try to limit the screen as much as possible in our continued learning in project management. So my role is called Director of Technological Wellness. I have some peers in the room and as a volunteer. But that is how we work together at the PMI level. My day job, though, is that I am a time-obsessed, tech-enabled operations and project management consultant. So my company is called the Viernes Collective. And those of you who speak Spanish knows that Viernes is Friday, right? So it's that Friday feel where your project's behind you, you're looking forward to the weekend and you're excited. And so that's the feeling, the calm sense that I want to bring to my business operations that I do for my clients. So with that, the experience that I've had in the last 25 years, I find that there's a common denominator in efficiencies. And whether it has a different face or a different name, they always call it as, most organizations call it as the cost of doing business. And as an operations person with lean thinking all the time, it doesn't sit well with me. So what I've established is what is called TEQ, which is time efficiency quotient, and that addresses the calculation of maintaining status quo. What does that cost a company to do nothing? And that nothing is like air or time. How do we measure, manage, and monetize time? So, for this purpose, when we transfer it over from operations to project management, where TEQ could be applied would be in your work for predictive. It would be work breakdown, why am I drawing a blank? WBS.
Structure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your PERT, your earned value management, your critical path method, this could be applied there in the schedule management and monitor and control areas.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Agile, it could be used for sprint planning, the velocity tracking, or time boxing. So basically, this time control is a quantitative performance index. So when you look at the word or the acronym TEQ, it's about time, so there's no change there. But the E part could easily be, or mainly is, efficiency. And if you look at the letters EQ, that's your emotional quotient, which is the human factor that is critical to calculating in part of the TEQ formulation. And so when you have efficiency, you look at precision. When you look at EQ, you're looking at endurance or sustainability. So in this Agile environment that we're expanding on, learning, working with, we also are incorporating the energy part of it, because that is the momentum, the pace of how we are running the sprints. So again, the E is interchangeable or added in this case as efficiency, which is execution. EQ, human factor. The human factor, I'll give you a little example, would be like trust, adaptability, or clarity, which is something that was touched upon earlier. And then we look at the velocity at the pace of how things are being done through the sprint. So in essence, you have the handout in your folders of what TEQ is. And I don't think you got one.
I want one.
There you go.
Are you charging me for this?
Of course not.
I need to know. Okay, I'm gonna look then.
Please do. So the TEQ is basically a unit of measure. It is the ratio of improvement. And for example, say your score, your TEQ score in this equation comes out to 130. That basically means that you are 30 more times more efficient than the baseline expectation. So
Is that a percentage or just a ratio?
it becomes a score.
Score.
Yes, we're calculating the score. So in Agile, it would basically be a velocity normalization tool. You look at what your score is in velocity there. So what we're going to do through this entire time of the workshop is to measure our TEQ as we go through each sprint so that we can measure ourselves. Because the reality is, every organization, down to every person, has a TEQ score, but it's never measured. So we're gonna do that now. And actually, this concept came about 2 months ago as I explored it with Dr. B. And I'm working on it right now. It is work in progress for publication coming up. So we're gonna play with it, we're gonna iterate, we're gonna improve, and I would love to hear any feedback from you. And with that, that's what we're going to start with, and I'm happy to answer any questions on the handout. I didn't get one.
So
As I go through it.
this is great. So I want to tell you my score. I did it myself, and I think I'm like 175.
Of course you are.
Okay, I just want to let you know. I broke your scale. I'm 175. That's just beginning. All right, what we're gonna do next is that it's time for us to stand up. We need to give ourselves some movement here. And Olu, in order to be with us, you can do top hat with us. So you still with us. I just want to let you know. We're gonna include you. All right. So, hands up. As best you can. Shake that a little bit. You want it down. Then you bring it on down. Fair enough. Now push them out for you. Bring it back. Now spin one, not just walk on. Spin. Now, you can tell people you've been turned around with what you learned today. So far, the key thing is this. We're gonna go over sprint one and we're gonna do a retrospective. And what's gonna happen in T, if you don't mind, if you wanna, our sprint one is over there.
Okay.
So, I'll let you be the leader of sprint one and pick who's gonna lead sprint two. So go to sprint one and
Okay.
then we're gonna have a break. Oh, I forgot to ask you. So, now that you're getting your understanding, do you find that you're having any ideas? I find that, I need to stand a little bit to think. If I'm too cold, I can't think. If I'm too hard, I can't think. So I just have to give myself a chance. Did anyone have any questions before we concluded sprint one?
I had a revelation.
Oh,
I think I'm in the wrong industry.
why did you
What
say
was
that?
that? Our conversation earlier about, so I'm an event planner.
Oh, cool.
Scrum, Agile doesn't work. It's a waterfall methodology.
Right.
And looking at a couple of the earlier pieces that you had, that's not how I took my CAPM. That's not how I'm planning to take my PMP exam. I don't go back and retrospective every question. I just answer the question and move on.
So that's a sprint.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I'm in the wrong industry.
Well, not necessarily. There'll be a need for what you do in event planning with the scrum.
With
It'll
Scrum
have to
as
go-
well.
Yeah, it'll have to, it's gonna evolve into that. It just hasn't yet. You're ahead of the game. Yes.
Can
Jacob?
I add, like, is Scrum is like good for everything? That's the question.
No. It's not good for everything. Hold on.
So,
Oh, yeah.
is
Be
there
careful.
anything that
Time
we should not
boxing can
apply
be.
Scrum?
Time boxing can be,
Yeah.
but not the scrum itself. And let me tell you why. So we have predictive and adaptive. Predictive, ain't nobody gonna die and get hurt. Like this building needs to be predictive. Meaning that we can't make floor two without floor one being there. We have to do it in a sequence. And the ground has to be laid already, and the cement under the building has to be cured. That cannot be skipped. If we mess that up, the building not working. Same thing with vaccines, same thing with, roads. You don't wanna do that iteratively. Now, what you wanna do iteratively is all of the processes that are peripheral to it. So you could do maybe some of your events, those could be iterative, because you may have to routinely keep having events. Like, if you're doing a kickoff, you may have to do multiple kickoffs.
Yes, so that's what I wanted to say, like, you need some structure and some flexibility.
Right.
So you need a hybrid approach, you can say.
Yeah.
So you have like some basic stuff, okay, this is what I'm going to do this. In between those, you might have some room for changes. okay, I can expect this. For example, you plan for 300 people, now 325 are coming. So do you have that flexibility built into the process or not? So you think about all those risks and changes that can come?
It's the
Ah.
macros instead of the macros.
Yeah, so how much planning you want to do that can change from project to project? But definitely, I don't know if you know Agile values.
Yes, they're in that folder.
Yes, so like you need some kind of a process and some room for changes depending on the project. It's the same with the software projects also. Some projects can have less changes, some can have more changes. So depending on how much you want to bring the rigidity and flexibility, so you have to adapt basically.
All right.
So that's what I want to say.
So I love that. As we're closing sprint one and you're still standing, what I'm gonna do is ask everyone to switch sides of the room. Y'all go over there, y'all come over here, switch sides.
With
Bravo,
the stuff
Steph.
or without her.
No, leave the stuff, just you move, not the stuff. The stuff stays, because you're coming back to home. So Lola, this is where you come over here. And it'll become clear in a moment why we're switching sides. How you doing? Y'all good still? All right, so we switch sides. That's important in Agile, that's important in Scrum. Imagine you're the Excel team and now you're the Word team. You're taking their perspective. You're seeing life like they saw it. You're just in their shoes now, and vice versa. Whenever you're doing any of the projects that you're doing, you have to take the perspective of the customer. You have to take the perspective of the other teams. If not, there will be room for conflict and not healthy conflict. Okay? So what would make the conflict unhealthy? If I decided I'm gonna just house all this. This one right here, this not my stuff, but let's just have my house and then put it in my purse. Conflict. Conflict. Isn't that a problem? I came and took their wires. It's that same thing with kindness, and it's the same thing with credit. So, as you're going through, I'm gonna say, where you go, Excel team, that's now in the Word team shoes. How does it look over here when you're looking from this side of things? You're seeing their perspective. How different is it for you?
I can see the window for a change.
What else?
I don't,
I can see height variation.
I can see height variation. What else?
I don't feel comfortable because I don't have my stuff.
I love it. I love it. You're out of your comfort zone. What else? You're experiencing their workspace. That's what you're doing right now. You're experiencing someone else's workspace. All right, trade back to your normal life. I can tell it makes you uncomfortable. But you have to do that in real life. You have to see it from the other person's vantage point.
How do you train yourself to do it?
It's hard. It's hard. And the reason I say it's hard, it's like, this is something, and you guys have to recognize that as I'm going through. As I build a course, I want to make it adaptable for more than one person. And as I began to go through my vision loss process, I realized that the stuff that I've been making was difficult for people without vision to see. So I had to start thinking about adaptability. I had to switch my perspective. Because I was fully excited at first, I didn't care that it was 10-point print. I could still see it.
You started the
Excited.
entire process by building trust, so that we would go along with the journey, so that we could take on what your vision is.
Correct. That's another thing. Trust is a big part. I love teaching trust. I won't do that today, but I made this over there. But you kind of get that imagination where you have to see what it's like for someone else. So now when I make stuff, there's a thing in our school that there's a score that says how well that someone, accessibility score. And, and when I score poorly, I just go back and I find ways to improve my course so that it's more accessible. But it took perspective shifting for me to do that. All right, break. Oh, question first. Break.
Is there some type of calibration or reference point that you can be in alignment with? Like some of
So the calibration point is on Agile or TEQ? On time or on the project itself?
Even on the project itself.
So every time we do the retrospective is our time for calibration. That's what we realign. That's what we see if we even anywhere near the strategic focus of the company. That's when we determine if what we're making is going to make the company money. I'll give you an example. You probably already know this, but Apple tried to make the autonomous car. They spent $1 billion. Do we have the autonomous car from Apple? What happened? What happened?
I haven't even heard of it.
You didn't even, oh, see, I love that. You didn't even realize Apple was trying to make a car. Just a few? Okay. The reason that you don't know is because they kept it top secret and made everybody sign a non-disclosure agreement to even work on the project. So much so that other people didn't know that they were working on the project together. So even though like we're all in this room, we all could be working on the car, but we all don't know we're working on the car. They did like the Manhattan Project when they made the nuclear bomb. They did it that way. And that's why we don't know about it.
Double blind development.
Double blind development. And guess what? We still ain't driving the Apple car. So when you talk about calibration, that's why that project failed, for lack of communication, collaboration, engagement, and a retrospective taking. Where we sat back and said, what we got right that last time? And what can we do better this next time? Right? Did I answer your question well enough? Did it help? All right, break. And then we come back and do sprint 2 together. Go relax somewhere. Don't look at any screens. Go find some food, nosh on something.
Because we did time bombs. Oh, we did time bombs, but yeah. It's okay. We usually early.
So good to see you. How have you been?
I don't know.
Good. I love your shirt.
I'm not gonna stand there right now.
Tell me how you've been.
I've been good. Started a new job 2 weeks ago.
This is
You
your
liking it?
Yes.
I'm trying to decide. I like the culture of the company. I'm trying to for sure understand the setup
Yes,
of the program I'm working on. But we have an on-site.
So you're taking concepts
I'm gonna be near you
of
from Monday to
what
Thursday
exactly
with the
builds
team.
your framework
Because
again.
the entire
So
team is
basically,
new, so.
there were a lot of things that
So y'all informed.
That's
in the folder. It's in the folder.
We're
Was
all
that
in
helpful?
form and we're getting into a little bit of stormy right now, but hopefully we will get to some numbing
It'll
first.
take a minute. It'll take a minute.
Yeah,
What tools are you using to move you to the next phase of team development? Are you using any tools?
that's the good question. That's the conversation I wanted to have with you.
Outstanding. Okay, I have some ideas and some tools that will help.
Yeah, that's the conversation I wanted to have with you. But we do have, so we have the on-site on Monday. There's some team.
How are we for time?
And then there'll be other.
Huh?
And then
We don't have time.
the data from the organization.
It's 11.
Oh, that's 10, 11, or is it 11? It's 11. Oh my gosh, the time was just.
Piloted yet?
No.
Okay, so you're still working on it. Got it.
Finding the right people.
Thank you so much.
Places
Right.
is part of that.
We have like some team strength finding type
So if you
activities planned to start the day on Monday. No, we don't. So we try to get like a budget approved for all of us to actually do like a strengths finder assessment. But as the end of the day, yesterday wasn't approved yet, so I don't know. But just like some internal questionnaires for the team.
Just take them through the 16 personality. It's free online. Have them do that, and then you can start before you get the budget.
Okay.
Have them do 16 personality.
Okay.
Just go into 16 personality.
It's 16,000 million.
Have them put it. I have a spreadsheet I will send you, and you can plug their stuff into the spreadsheet, and it will generate a map of where everybody is. I have that. That's my own tool.
Okay.
I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so that's one of the things we're at least looking
I
to
can
start
do that.
doing.
That's not a problem. I have my own methodology for doing it.
Okay. I want to know more.
Oh, I will not forget. Food is here for sprint too, so it's early.
Simple.
Yeah.
I was trying to look at the.
Thank you.
My pleasure, Moyo. It's so good to see you. Oh, you gotta show me pictures.
Oh, yes, please. I got lots of that. I got lots of it. Let me pull it up. You know, it's a real boss now.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I did this one. I gotta close them all out, the ones I've done already. That way. Oh, I need to put that in.
You know, unlocks the chart. He unlocks the chart lock. I put that for him. Yeah, that's him.
He's a proper boss.
He is getting rid of the chart lock, but I put that just for him. Now he knows how to open it. And then he goes, I did it.
How old is he now?
It's 16 weeks, 16 months, gosh.
This time. Oh, look at him.
Same. Daycare with all his tiny airman friends. But yeah, that's it. It's adorable.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I love being a mom.
I do love being a mom too. I mean, he moves to, every time he hears music, he's moving. Every time. Yeah. And also bossing me around. Yes.
Oh, he must be that.
So I was the only project manager.
They're in for a rude week.
Oh, yeah, I've already gotten calls.
And it's been not even 3 months. It's not even 3 months. So are you looking?
Yeah, so I'll start here something comes my way.
There's not a whole lot of movement right now.
No.
What type of projects are you doing?
Infrastructure, so I get instruction or software and how I think.
So how are you?
Cootie!
How are you?
I am glad. Happy to see you, brother. Thank you for being so good to me. Because of you, we have.
Yeah, we are at least 27 or 28.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
So yes, today has been a great success because of your work efforts. I appreciate you, sir.
It's all you are pushing me like do it.
As far as.
Sesame. She's our team
Yeah,
leader.
yeah. I said hi.
Yes, it's a good female.
Anything like, are you specialists?
I'm so glad to see you. Yes, I'm glad.
Nice meeting you in person.
I know, wonderful, but we're already family.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? All right, it's time for Sprint 2. We're about to talk money, and then we're going to go do the next thing. We got to go next door and eat. Well, in that, we're going to do eating and an activity while we go and eat. But before we do, I have to talk to you 2 orders of business. One is how you get the money. What's up with the money? What's happening? All right? I just simply did a little Google search. You can do the same. Don't believe me. For the Scrum Master salaries. Is that money decent? Can you handle that kind of money? Can you see it first of all? Wait a minute. Do I need to make it bigger? Hold on. Hold on. No, let me do something. Y'all see that?
How many years experience?
Well, you know what I love about it? Some don't ask for too much. The ones I've been seeing haven't been all that deep. You'd have to go Scrum Master job requirements. That's your search. You can do that. See what that gets you. But this is when I did my first Scrum Master job, I was at 165. All right. So I'm telling you the money down. Now how to get the money? Okay, fair enough. I'm glad you asked, but you didn't. I just want to talk about it. The easiest way, I think, is to go to scrum.org. You see that org? This place. You can get your professional Scrum Master if you studied in about 6 weeks. You need $150. All right, for smart people,
No,
yes.
smart
I
people,
see
I know
you.
that.
I ain't gonna start with y'all. This is my team over here, people. Just recognize, that's my team. Let me introduce my team. We have Tia, Takia, we have Cooney here. We all have Sesame, Wade on Sesame, Madison. That's my secret squirrel team. Okay. They doing secret stuff. All right, so what I'm telling you is you can do it in 6 weeks. I'm being generous. There are other people like, we can do it faster than that. I'm sure you can. That's because this first one is an open book test. But it is harder than the CSM. Some people have the CSM, some have the PSM. I like the PSM. I took it with a group much like yourselves. I was teaching a cohort for a company called Merck, and I was getting them all set up and everything. And they're like, oh, we're gonna get Scrum Master certified. I'm like, sure. And they're like, where's yours? And I'm like, say less. Let's go. So if you can imagine, me and 22 other students got together, and during that 6 weeks, we had so much fun. We were partying, but we were also doing the work. Taking the exam together was fantastic because we get a question, we debate about it, we take a few practice tests, and there are practice tests all around the internet, and it was just a fun experience. I really enjoyed it. Now I need to show you the other side with Discipline Agile, which is what PMI has. I've got to show you that. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Yeah, it'll do it. There you go. So this is theirs, is Discipline Agile Scrum Master, DASM. This is what they have you with. It's got a very structured process. It's exceedingly attractive. I like it. I've played with it before. I've used it before. I really like what they have on the website to help you. This plus the Agile Guide are very good leadership pieces to help you understand. Now for the money.
I was just gonna ask about that because even in my search, I have not seen any places actually requiring something like this.
They're not requiring the DASM. They're not
even
requiring.
asking like not even a requirement, they're a nice to have, right? They're
Right,
not asking
right.
for that.
But I gotta show you because
Okay.
you know it's a PMI thing.
Yeah.
I gotta tell them.
I'm sorry, but
I gotta tell the people.
like what industries are
Where's the
looking
money?
for?
Yeah, no. As long as you have a Scrum Master certification, they don't care the brand or the flavor. But PMI simply is the gold standard of project management,
Yeah,
and they got their own little style and way, and this is their little deal.
okay.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say nothing
Which
else.
industry?
I could say more. The one thing you probably like, okay, let's look at the certification real quick. If you talk about bang for the buck, that's the best $150 I done invested. The last time I spent $150 like that, I was probably trying to get some shoes, but it's all right. We gonna tell the truth and shame the devil.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at, the ACP
Right.
versus the, right.
Oh my.
So you're a certified practitioner. All I know is I like $150.
So, okay, got it.
Yes, I'm gonna leave it alone. But I do like $150.
Can I share something I learned on Thursday?
Tell me.
If you have a 529 plan, you are now able to use that for certifications and for classes. for your certification.
529.
So if you have extra money that you put aside for your kids and you decide you'd rather use it for yourself, go for it. Just change your dependent.
You rock my world.
I took notes.
I didn't know that you could do that with the 529 plan.
It's new. It's part of the big beautiful bill.
All right. So one thing we're gonna do, we're about to do the story mapping lab, but we're gonna take our lab next door where the food is. We'll hang out there a little bit and then we'll come back here. Anything that is near and dear to you, you bring with you over there. All right? So purses, things, wallets, things of that nature, your cell phone, whatever. But we're gonna transition over there. And when we come back here, we'll conclude sprint 2. How y'all holding? Everybody good? It's all right to go next door? What are we missing? I think it's a small sandwich. Oh my goodness, okay. Can I call on you? Sorry. Because there's a big one, but there's supposed to be a small one. But is there a small one? That's what we need to know. I'll get them. I'll get them. We have a small.
Yeah, I checked. And what one is missing? One of the salads, the small, the apple.
Okay. Let me get it. Where y'all supposed to be? Okay, let's move it.
So they're on the next gen PM.
That's next gen PM. This the junior version. That's next gen PM lights. Taj, do you want to tell people your job? Yeah, your job. You may not want to talk about the job. You want to sit by me?
Yeah. You want me to bring you food? Did you want some food?
I don't know. We let them grown up and then I'll be out here tomorrow. Did you eat?
Yeah. I ate donuts.
All right, I'm working on this.
Doesn't have any wheels?
No, but this, I can take off of it.
Take off.
It's both sides. You just serve yourself and then you get it. It's over there. It's ready. Food's ready. Are we missing anything? Okay, I'll call them now. Which salad are we missing, babe?
I can tell if they mixed it.
One of them has apples.
It has apples on it.
Has apples on it.
No, that says small Fiji apple chicken salad, like that. No red tomatoes. This one is the one.
This one doesn't have any tomatoes.
Nothing can have tomatoes. I'm gonna take it off. Because we don't want to do that.
But see, I think this is the one that they brought us, but it's got apples on it.
Because you know that we usually have a circular salad. That's the one we don't have.
All right, I'm gonna call them and let them know. So I'm gonna ask them for the Fuji chicken apple.
Fuji apple chicken salad.
That's the one.
Yeah, there's one missing.
I got it.
And the big one is here.
Okay, good. Got it.
You could get food from
I get my food home?
Yeah. Because
Look. What you telling him?
I was talking to Levi because he got juice.
We gotta come here. Okay, let me call these people and then I'll give them a second.
I was doing many years ago.
Oh, it's still on. People are still live with us.
I'm putting bunny ears in.
Thank you.
That's all from the other night.
It's open to all. So that falls under professional development.
Dr. B, you're starting a Toastmaster group, right?
Yeah, I am.
Right.
Daddy. They use the Panera in Kingwood rather than the one that's right across the street. And they made a mistake on the order. They didn't bring the salad.
I know, that's the only.